Are we live? Yep, we are live. We got Tornado Paige inside this Texas-looking hurricane in Montana. Getting wild out here. Absolute wildness. She's in the heart of this monster. She's literally right here. She's inside this beast. It is getting crazy. Tornado Paige, she is an animal. Her and Bryce Shelton are cruising along on this big nasty storm here. The huge rotation couplet in here. Like, I mean, this thing is just screaming around right in here. I am actually surprised we have not had a tornado warning today with all the crazy stuff that's been happening out here in Montana, because we have two storms here. This one was pretty wild too there a while back. Pretty sure we had a tornado on the ground back here for a brief moment. But it's also in the middle of nowhere out here north of Franklin. I pulled it up on Google Maps here. Yeah, holy smokes. Yeah, this big monster Paige's in, my goodness. It's north of Broadus. Pretty much southeast of Miles Cities and Forsyth. Absolutely bonkers, this storm, how strong it is. Yeah, I figured I had to go live for this because it was wild. 91-mile-an-hour wind speed in here. Holy smokes. Look at this velocity coupler. My goodness. We have gate-to-gate shear here of 65 by, well, that's like 120-mile-an-hour rotation right here in this location. So this may be touching down at the center. What's going on, Blue Dude? Welcome to the stream. No, Paige, come back. Paige, no, don't disconnect. No, she's right in the belly of the beast right now. Let me refresh it. She's back. She's back. We literally have 125-mile-an-hour rotation right here on that latest scan. 61 by 64. So 61-mile-an-hour positive speed, negative 63. So we literally had 124-mile-an-hour rotation inside this area here on that last scan. Like, I mean, and this thing's just basically a big old giant Texas hurricane is what I call them. Basically a Texan hurricane. Well, I mean, look at this monstrosity. And yeah, Paige's like right inside this thing, dude. Look at that. She's right in front of it where this rotation's really strong. Sad thing is she's having connection issues right now. Absolutely amazing. Amazing coverage here today on this storm. Waiting for Paige to reconnect. No, Paige, come back. Yeah, I was just talking about in Discord earlier today, like why why Paige is such a good chaser. Because it's not just Paige. Her husband, Bryce Shelton, is an amazing chaser too, and they ride together. So one of them can really like take close eye on the radar, and the other one can focus on driving. So there's such a power duo that makes them always find the best spots. And what's sad though is, yeah, is one of the guys is leaving Storm Runner Media, you know, because it's expensive, right? These guys spend several hundreds of dollars on gas a day. You know, it's really hard to make ends meet as a storm chaser. Yeah, my goodness, this thing is a monstrosity and a half. Big old Texas hurricane. That's what I'm going to call these from now on. It's inside where this is basically where the hurricane is right here. But we did see a velocity couplet up to 124 miles an hour there in one scan. Yeah, this is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but you know, since we got Pagey inside the storm, I figured we'd go live for a little bit. How you doing, Salsa? Welcome to the stream. Keep the praise going, Blue Dude. You're all right. And we have another storm up here that I'm almost positive this thing dropped a tornado a while back. It's not as bad as it was, but like it was in the middle of nowhere, and we had a very significant hook on this thing. Like I say, 90% chance that this thing was actually on the ground at this time. And this was about 10 minutes ago. And I mean, this thing it was really cranking up in the velocities here. You know, we even got yellow. We even tapped up to a yellow on the NROT here for a while on this thing. So yeah, this point in time, I believe this thing was touching down. But like you see, we're in the absolute middle of nowhere here on this one. I even brought out Google Maps to kind of like make sure there's not any houses in that area, because if there is, I wanted to make sure, like, yo, national weather, why aren't we tornado warning these guys? So how's everybody doing today? Let me get my Google Maps out. Yeah, so this storm's basically, that storm's north of Franklin right here. And there's like not a house in sight. This is like, I don't even know what you want to call it, badlands, no lands. There's not a single house or farm out here or nothing. Just wide open terrain. Animals, maybe. This one, though, is south of Miles City. Also did some updates to Nightbot. Man, Pagey is not coming back yet. It's not good. She was in a really good area. I bet you the storm's probably messing with the connection. Be my best guess. Yeah, I refreshed again. Yeah, we still have a large, huge rotation inside this storm south of Miles City. Let me pull up Miles City too on the Google Maps here. So I did see some cars near Pagey last time she was connected. So there was some traffic where she's at. So she's south of Miles City here. Huge rotations down here somewhere. Try to zoom in a little more, see if we can catch a road. Okay, so there's a road coming out of Miles City south, right where it bends. That's where that big strong hurricanic tornadic rotation is down there. All right. So yeah, the rotating area is right over here. It's right on top of Beebe. I don't know if there's actually a town here. It says Beebe. Beebe. As a town name with like, there's a historical marker there. I don't see any houses out here. They got road names, but I don't see any houses. Yeah, this is truly in the middle of nowhere. I mean, literally the only reason why I went live is because Pagey's out here, you know. We got some really good coverage, and now she's disconnected. I understand why there's no, between the storm and where she's at, yeah, I don't blame it. Like, no cell phone company wants to pay for coverage out here when nobody lives out here. But maybe Pagey will come back. So yeah, we have the big monstrous rotation south of Miles City here. I could scoot her back a little bit before she lost connection. This is when she was this is back when she was in front of it. Yeah, this is back when she was like right out front here. When she lost connection, she was more inside of it here. When the rotation was up in here. So she was getting really close to the rotation before she lost connection. Hopefully she's okay. I'm hoping that I'm hoping some damage didn't happen to her vehicle or something and she got rolled over or something. We're in Montana, buddy. We're in Montana. We're looking at a big, nasty, it looks like, I call them Texas hurricanes. So right here, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, ping pong the size hail in Montana. I can look at Arkansas for you though. We check everything out. So I got the national weather map up here. Got nothing going on in Arkansas right now. Got some pretty big storms here in Kansas though. Got some big, nasty, heavy thunderstorms out there. But right now, yeah, we're basically monitoring the tornadic areas today. Let me pull up our SPC outlook. So this is the area we're kind of watching today. So yeah, we have a 2% chance of tornadoes here in these areas here in the green. So that's basically why we're live right now. We have some storms with, you know, really strong rotation here in a large area. I don't know if we're going to have a tornado yet, but actually, I'm sure we had some tornadoes already. They just didn't get tornado warned. I think it's basically just because they're out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, we still not have, like, Pagey is still not connected back. So I hope everything's okay. Her signal's been gone for about 5 minutes now. How you doing, Giovanna? Barb, what's going on? I'll welcome you to the stream, Barb. Thanks for coming in. But I mean, we have a list of everything going on in the United States right now here too. So like we have 6 severe warnings, 3 severe considerables in Kansas right now, in Comanche, Russell, Ellsworth, Lincoln, and Saline counties. And then in Montana, we have our one, which is this one right here, our severe considerable and cluster in Rosebud County. But chances for tornadoes are most likely going to be in Montana. It's not impossible for them to happen in other places, but the chances are very low. I was looking down at Kansas earlier. It wasn't looking too rough. Let me actually hop down there and look at the Kansas storms here with the GR2 analyst thing. Let's take a look. Pop up a second radar site and we'll go down to Kansas. So we do have some pretty serious heavy storms down there. So let's go take a look at them. See if anything is rotating. But yeah, I've been watching these storms up in Montana. And I'm pretty sure we've had a couple tornadoes in Montana today. But they've been basically away from towns and stuff. And not in such a real major threat of an area. Wow, this is actually pretty nasty down here in Kansas. We have 70 mile an hour. Oh, he's back. Sweet, Pagey's back. Reported a 70 mile per hour wind gust on I-70 south of Westfall right here. So these storms are actually pretty nasty down here in Kansas. They're doing some damage. We've got some big heavy duty storms down here. And yeah, same thing, hazard, 70 mile an hour wind gusts, $50 size hail down here in Kansas areas here. It's literally, these storms are running all along I-70 here. So this is pretty nasty stuff here. I mean, if you're traveling along I-70 through Kansas, you're going to see some really nasty storms for a while. How you doing, Simply Keats? What's going on? I'm pretty good, Giovanni. I've been like so excited, posting like crazy in Discord because these storms are just absolutely out of control today up here in Montana. Like, I mean, look at this thing. Like I was just talking about, it's like Montana and Texas have the same kind of storms. Like, you don't see them anywhere else, like in Montana or in Texas. I mean, they get pretty big in Oklahoma and Kansas too, but it seems like the storms in Montana and Texas are just like ginormous motherships. They're just like, this thing is literally like the size of a hurricane right here. Where Pagey's dead smack in the middle of it right now. You can see right here. She's smack dab in the middle of it. She keeps losing connection. There's not really any trees or bushes you can see. Definitely sounds windy. Pretty sure we had a brief spin up tornado in here too. We might be having one again right here. Look at this. Our gate to gate shear right here is 35 by 60. So we basically have a 100-mile-an-hour rotation right here in this location in the middle of the storm. And Pagey's actually really close to it. I hope she's careful. So yeah, we actually have gate to gate shear of 100 miles an hour inside here. That's basically the strength of an EF0 to EF1 tornado right here in the smack dab in the middle of it. But this is also, we're looking at this from 18,000 feet. So we don't know how strong the velocities are on the ground, but we know that there's definitely a 100-mile-an-hour rotation at 18,000 feet inside the storm. I'm hoping she's okay. I hope she's okay. Yeah, we're kind of a lack of radar coverage out here. See, like right now we're connected to Billings, Montana. Then our next closest one's way down here, which is Rapid City, South Dakota, and it's probably not going to be any better. Yeah, the radar doesn't even reach that far. And then Glasgow, Montana's another radar, and I don't think it's going to reach it. Yeah, it barely reaches. I mean, you could definitely see like where the area of rotation is right here, even though this is what, this is at 17,000 feet too. But Billings is still our closest one. Yeah, this thing's just really twirling and whirling around in there. It's such a large area of rotation here. That, and we have another storm up here. And it just like completely fell apart, it looks like. There was a big storm right here. It just poofed. It fell apart over time. I think this is the one right here, yeah. What's left of this storm, this thing, I'm pretty sure this thing produced a tornado about 15, 20 minutes ago. Now it's gone to nothingness. It's falling apart. How you doing, Monday? Really, this one's really our only concern. It's kind of heading out in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, it's just Pagey was inside of it, so I wanted to cover it. 70-mile-an-hour wind gust still, ping pong ball size hail still coming out of this thing. 70-mile-an-hour winds are just nuts regardless, not even counting the rotating area, so it's pretty crazy in there. Storm guy, how you doing? Florida? No, we're in Montana. I could take a look at Florida for you real quick, though, if you want. Let's hop down to Florida. I got the National Weather Radar site up here. Right now, we're just tracking these storms here. They're in the threat because we have a 2% chance of tornadoes up here in Montana. Let me pull up our SPC outlook again real quick for you guys. This is where we have a 2% chance for tornadoes tonight. So we've had this big, strong rotating storm here, just west or east of Billings. So we've been covering that. Lots of storms in Florida. There's actually quite a few big, heavy thunderstorms down there south of Orlando. Lots of big, nasty thunderstorms. That's Florida every day, though. It seems like you get thunderstorms in Florida almost every day. But yeah, it's been a pretty exciting day, I think, just for me in general, because I've been watching these crazy storms develop and fall apart here in Montana. Just like, wow. It's like if you've seen these in Ohio Valley, they would have been tornado warned like crazy. We don't even see storms that big ever in Ohio. Like we don't get that big of storms like they'd get in Montana and Texas. They're just much smaller. Yeah, yeah. The weird thing about Florida is it'll be raining 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes later the sun's shining. It's just crazy down there. Hold on one second. Let me grab my bottled water. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to go that live for that long day, but I wanted to go live for a little bit while Paigey was inside the storm. Get her out there more because she's an awesome chaser. Her and her husband, they both drive around together and they chase all these storms, and they get some of the best coverage out of any of the storm chasers. So I'm a huge fan of them. They do a really good job. You know, we were talking about that earlier too. How having two people in a car is not very it's not budget friendly, right? Because it's costs a lot of gas to chase all these storms, and you can't really work your job when you're doing it. So being a married couple, I think it really works out for you both. Shared incomes, you know. This storm has really kind of changed itself too here in the last just in the last 10 minutes. You can see how much bigger it was. It's really just kind of shrunk down to the size of one storm. It's kind of splitting apart up there. Let's get a 3D view look of it again. And we're still looking at this from 17,000 feet. And this thing's pretty much smack dab in the middle of 3 radar sites. So you can see like our gauge here over the side where you got 60,000 feet up here down 10,000 feet. But yeah, we're basically the bottom of the storm's at 17,000 feet, but this thing reaches all the way up to, looks like it reaches almost all the way up to 55,000 feet with a severe part of the storm. So it's still a big monster storm. It's got a lot of power to it. Storm guy, I just go live, yeah, when stuff gets kind of bad. Or generally, I wouldn't go live today because of the situation we're in. It's just that Tornado Paigey was inside this big monster storm, so that's why I went live. There's really, really nobody in the threat of any of these storms. Normally, I just go live when there's like, you know, tornadic storms or, yeah, tornadic storms heading towards people or severe weather, basically. Like if it's, you know, any kind of tornado or a hurricane, stuff like that. When there's severe weather heading towards people, that's when I usually go live. So yeah, I don't go live every day. Just when the weather's bad. Well, yeah, when I go live, it helps out these storm chasers and streamers too, because I'm basically streaming directly to YouTube Shorts. So when I go live too, this helps out like Paigey too, because I'm literally, you know, like 20,000 people come through here in an hour, and they all find out about Tornado Paigey. But unfortunately, she's still having connection issues. And we do have a Discord too, which basically it has all the storm chasers linked in. It's just like a big chat room that we all hang out in, and we've been talking about these storms and looking at them the last 2 hours, and they've been pretty wild. They haven't tornado warned anything, but I know we've had at least 2 or 3 tornadoes in the last couple hours. It's just yeah, they're out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't think they bother warning them. But these ones down in Kansas are pretty rough, and they're actually they're running along I-70, and they're doing a lot of damage. And we got 75-mile-an-hour wind report. I don't know if they're actually taking out the power though, because Kansas is like, I think it was maybe about a month ago, we saw 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Kansas at like 2 in the morning. It was absolutely nuts. I don't know if we can check the power outages. Let's do that. Yeah, this is our tornado threat for today here. It's all up north. Let me pull up our power outages, see if anybody's losing power down here in Kansas. Right now, it looks like most of the power outages are in Florida. What's going on down there? Does anything crazy happen down in Florida? We have 5,000 people lost power in Collier County. Is it from these storms that we're having right now? How you doing, Misty? Hey, Scott. You're a bot at life. I sure am. Your name. So I was looking at, we were just looking at the, there's a bunch of storms down in Florida. I wonder if that's what's causing all these power outages. So, I mean, they're kind of going across these areas where the power's out. We have 5,000 houses lose power down there in Collier County. Looks like there's a total of 10,000 houses without power in Florida, but 5,000 are right there in that county where all those storms are coming through. Maybe it is kind of bad down there. We don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings for Florida, though. Guys, I mean, just severe thunderstorms what happens all day long, every day in Florida. So it's like, why do they even bother warning them? But let's go. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check Kansas. See if we're losing any power in Kansas. Yep. Oh, yeah. See, we're having a lot of damage along I-70 from these storms here. 300 houses lost power in Ottawa, 200 in Lincoln, 405 in Osborne, and 1,600 in Rooks County. So we're definitely seeing a good amount of damage from these storms that are coming through Kansas here along I-70. And it's like repeat abuse from these storms. Like each storm is bringing more winds behind on it. So yeah, if there's any weak limbs on any trees, they're definitely getting finished off today along I-70. I actually didn't think it was that bad down here in Kansas, to be honest. All right, Pagey's live again, finally. So she's like at the back part of the storm now. We can see the dot of her exact location. Basically, Miles City. Yep, she's like right back in here. I mean, this storm's even kind of died out compared to what it was. Yeah, I don't want to say it's died out. It's still a big, giant, massive rotation. But it looks a little weaker than it was. I'd definitely say it's far from dying out, though. Yeah, now she's all the way back here. But when she was inside of it, she lost connection. Maybe that's why she's driving towards Miles City to hopefully get a better connection so stream can keep going. We got a strong couplet of velocities right here again, just north of Mizpath. So 34 knots by 38, so it's about an 80-90 mile an hour rotation right in here, just north of Mizpah, center point of the rotation. Yeah, this storm is continuing to move along. Let's look at the threat on it again here. So they still have it listed at 70 mile an hour wind gusts, quarter size hail at 6:48 p.m. Severe thunderstorms are located along the line 25 miles north of Miles City to 12 miles north or broadest, moving east. So the storm's moving east at 35 miles an hour still. With this big monster rotation here, basically, like I said, call it Texas hurricane. Best way to describe it, a Texan hurricane. They need to make that a new term. An EF0 or EF1 tornado that's at least 10 miles wide is considered a Texas hurricane. National Weather needs to make that now. Man, I wish Paige wouldn't. I don't know why she would. It has to be the storm. Has to be the storm causing connection issues, because I was watching her for about 2 hours before she started driving into this thing. Stinks that she's having such issues with connection right now, though. Well, yeah, it's a pretty mild day so far, other what's happening in Kansas. We're going to make this bigger down here, our SVC outlook. Basically, this is where we're looking for any kind of tornado threat today. We have a 2% here in the green. I have this now. I have Nightbot linking it now, the Pivot Weather Day 1 tornado. So that's generally basically decides whether we're going online or not. So for me to live stream severe weather, basically we got to have somewhere here on the Pivot Weather Outlook where it says, okay, yeah, we have a chance for tornadoes. And then once it has that, then, you know, we're watching the radar throughout the day. And if we actually see storms that look really bad, that's when we go live. But this has more than just today. So like this is just day 1 tornado. This is day 1 hail. So we actually have a 10% hatch risk for hail right here in these parts of Montana. This is where we're seeing like 2-inch plus size hail. That's actually pretty nasty. It'll break out windshields and dent cars. And then a wind threat, same thing. We got another hatch risk, 10% here. It's actually 15% for wind. And this is just categorical. This is where we're supposed to see like big thunderstorms. Actually kind of crazy because we have some pretty huge storms down here in Kansas, and they're just kind of in the darker green. They're not yellow or anything, but yeah, this is usually when we see yellow in the categorical. This is basically where we're going to see thunderstorms anywhere. That's usually where the tornadic areas are going to be.
I did record that entire thing, so I can post that.
This time of year, because it's not really tornado season anymore, they pretty much just kind of update this day to day. So like basically this is what I see for tomorrow's chance for tornadoes are literally nowhere. We don't really see a chance for tornadoes at all tomorrow, but when I wake up in the morning and I check it, usually they might add in an area, but usually during tornado season we usually have a really good idea of where everything's going to be. Like we don't even have day 2 categorical yet. Should probably start using the national weather one soon, but I've just been using Pivotal Weather for so long.
Still kind of have kooky radar coverage right here, so. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
You said it was bad. We didn't get to see it though.
Thank you guys for sticking around for us. We really appreciate that. Yes, thank you for 20.2K also. We really appreciate that.
She's like right here in the back end of this storm.
Yes, that was definitely a wild ride in there, for sure.
She drove straight into it. How you doing, Lori? Welcome back.
Sorry if I missed anything, but couldn't even send a text.
She couldn't even send a text when she was inside of the storm.
But we're good.
Yeah, we just missed
Got a
it.
little hairy in there.
She literally drove inside where there was like a 100-mile-an-hour rotation, but didn't have connection the whole time. A little bit of a velocity couplet up here in this little storm up here too. What's left of it, it's kind of like splitting up.
There should be something right here on the interstate. Yeah. Gotta go to the little chaser's room. As Patrick says. I think that's so funny.
The storms knocked out your mom's Wi-Fi in Cookeville, Tennessee. Was that today, Lori?
We're in Miles City now.
This thing's still really amped up. It's staying strong. I mean, it's crazy because I'm looking at this from 20,000 feet now. This is like smack dab in the middle of... There's just really not any better radar coverage out here. It's just so far from all the radar sites, but this storm is just so big, and you can still see it clearly very well where it's rotating, like a huge area of rotation in this storm. They still just have it rated at 70-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail. There's twice where I've seen velocities over 100 miles an hour inside the storm at 20,000 feet. So I'm almost positive we had a couple brief touchdowns inside this storm.
I'm okay right now, are you?
My best guess is they're just not bothering to tornado warn these because they're in the middle of nowhere, right? But yeah, this thing's still a monstrosity.
MCS that we just drove through up here to Miles City. Kind of looks like that this MCS might be shifting north at the greatest instability, so we'll have to see if the instability can be drug up with it or if it's going to go north of the instability. And if that's the case, it'll probably weaken a bit. But also watching storms back in central Montana for a possible bigger MCS tonight.
That's crazy. We're missing all the data of the bottom 20,000 feet of the storm here. But it's crazy that it's still rotating up in this area that much. Big old storm. Yeah, I'm just surprised we're still seeing that much rotation that high up in the storm. I don't think it's going to get any closer to any other radar sites anytime soon. Well, you know what? Glasgow might be closer at this point. Yeah, we're seeing it at 16,000 feet from Glasgow. Still about just as bad as a view, though. Well, most of the crazy weather right now is just up here in Montana. Nobody lives out here. But there's quite a bit of crazy weather down in Florida and Kansas right now.
Probably going 94 because this is shifting a little bit
down here
north.
in
It's
Wichita,
over Highway 12.
Along I-70, we got some really nasty, severe thunderstorms coming through here. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, half-dollar size hail. We have quite a few power outages in this area too. So these guys are really dealing with some serious weather out here. And it's not an extremely populated area, but what people that do live out here, I mean, they're losing a lot of power. Like, you can take a look here at the area this is in Kansas. Like, there's a lot of power outages happening along I-70 there.
I'm back.
It's just crazy, like, how many people live in Kansas compared to, like, just one county in Florida. Where these storms are all heading, they're knocking a bunch of power out. But you go down here to Florida.
No, but I was looking in the...
Got 11 million people that live in Florida.
Shifting north of it.
We got 3,000 houses lost power here in Collier County, and it's not even yellow or orange because there's just so many people. 282,000 people in this county. We have some pretty nasty storms down there in Florida. It seems just nothing's warned right now. Got some pretty heavy duty thunderstorms down there. Oh, so you said the storms in Tennessee took out the Wi-Fi. Yeah, there is some pretty big heavy storms coming through Nashville soon.
Also, hi Taylor.
We don't really have any kind of
See you
tornado
later,
threat in
buddy.
Tennessee, though. Just big thunderstorms, it looks like. Tornado threat remains up here, up north in Montana, North and South Dakota.
Moderators, you've been awesome as always, so thank you guys so much for that.
We may see some more action out
We're
here
gonna head
in
up
North
Interstate
and South
94.
Dakota tonight, so we'll keep an eye on it. Let me hop back up there. So there's still, this is where Tornado Page is. They're up here by this storm. They're just north of it. They're on the north end of the storm by Miles City. I'm going to take a look over here in North and South Dakota, see if we have any storms over here yet. Yeah, we got a little one down there. No, not really any convection in South Dakota yet. I don't even know if we're going to see any storms. Just because there's tornado potential there doesn't mean there's going to be storms. So basically what that area showing is on the pivotal weather outlook is if there is storms there, they do have a chance to be tornadic. So we do have this storm here that has a potential. A lot of nader juice in the area where this one's going, so we might see some wildness out of that tonight. We'll see what happens with that. It's kind of far south, though. It might reach it. Let me pull that up again one more time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the storm's inside the green area there. Keep an eye on that one. I think Rapid City will probably be our best bet to take a look at this one.
We are just outside of Miles City, Montana. So,
Got a really good view of this storm. Doesn't look like it's rotating too bad, but we can see this from 3,000 feet. So we can actually get a good 3D view of this storm here. Yeah, see this is a good view of a storm right here. You can see full detail of this monster down here. I mean, this thing isn't even severe warning. I don't think, yeah. Let me check and see. Yeah, it doesn't even have a severe warning. But it's a big old monster of a storm. Hey, Tara, what's going on? Hey, Brian, how you doing? There's only 3 million people in all of Kansas, and a good percentage of that is from 2 counties. Wichita, yeah. That's how it is in Montana. I mean, like, Montana is massive. But, you know, the craziest thing I've learned this year is that Montana and Texas have humongous storms. Like, they're just absolutely massive. And I don't really see that anywhere else. Like, so there's 11 million customers in Florida. Let's see. There's not even 1 million customers in Montana. Oh, boy. You think Kansas City's small. Or Kansas. And yeah, we do. Look, we have 383 power outages in Prairie County where this Texas hurricane, that's what I'm going to call them from now on, Texan hurricanes. So the Texas hurricane took out power from 383 houses here in Prairie County, sadly. We saw multiple times where it was up to about 120 mile an hour rotations inside this big monster storm here that went through Prairie. I still can't see it from this radar, though. She said she saw a guy steal a bulldozer? Big Sky State. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, Montana has some monsters. And they don't tornado warn nothing in Montana either. Like, I've seen a lot of tornadoes go unwarned in Montana in the last couple weeks, or last 2 months. I mean, this thing, yeah, we have this large area of rotation in this thing, and we're also looking at it from 22,000 feet here, so. Tornado Paigey just drove to the center of this, and she said it got really wild, but her connection was out the whole time, sadly. It was looking pretty rough before she got into the center of it, but I'm glad she's out and okay. Earlier this season, we really had a picture perfect view of a whole live video footage of a tornado in Montana that Storm Runner Media was chasing. It was truly amazing, and it was like, it's pretty much just standing still for a while. Stunna, what's going on? Let me fire up the Canadian radar site. Sorry about that. I gotta use a different app for Canada. Hold on a second. Is there any tornado threats in Canada today? I didn't even check the outlook for Canada. Let me pull up the Canadian one too.
Still not that great of radar coverage here, so
Yeah, the radar coverage is pretty much non-existent. Pagey's talking about it. I'm gonna fire up weather-wise here. You're asking about Manitoba? Let's go to composite first. Looking pretty quiet in Manitoba. Not much going on there. Quite a few showers in Ontario, though.
good to see you guys still in here, so appreciate that.
I think it's always raining in Alberta, right? Like, it rains 24/7 in Alberta. A lot of storms, though, in Calgary. Nothing too crazy looking, though. No big, nasty thunderstorms, it seems.
Yep, and then whenever you're up under that big cloud deck like that, hail suspended and
What kind of warning do they have near Winnipeg? Was it a tornado warning? I mean, you're close to our threat. Because, like, here, I was just, it ended, though. It didn't, I didn't think it was going to be anything in Canada, you know, because it kind of ended up south of the border, so. Just kind of in the same boat as North and South Dakota. You know, there's nadir juice there, but no storms to cause any problems. I mean, they're real little storms.
wanted to thank you guys again for
Let me
helping us hit our super chat goal and helping us hit 20K today.
I don't know if the Winnipeg radar will reach the velocities on this one here.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, the storm looks really small.
1,229. Woo!
There we go. Now it works. Third time.
Beautiful.
A little rotation in there, not too much though. Storm's really small.
Still a baby channel compared to some people.
Yeah, you very well might have had a pretty good rotating storm there earlier, but
Much left.
probably well before I went live.
Yeah, we don't stop.
Nope, we have
The weather doesn't
snow,
stop.
nope, hurricanes, all the
As of right now, I don't see any supercells up there. Just a small strand of heavy thunderstorms. Wonder where Pagey's heading now. He's still pretty much in the area of this storm.
said we'll be hitting 50K within the next month or so.
Kind of right in here. She's in that area.
Thank you, Tony, for subscribing.
This thing still has a good bit of rotation inside this thing. Really big and broad.
Crazy storms you see, the algorithm will bury you if you don't keep at it.
It's just kind of crazy. The quality and the glass glow radar quality is horrible compared to
I know plenty of people who are
the
incredible
Billings one. The Billings shows so much more definition on the
algorithms, so
velocities.
really appreciate the likes and views and shares and all that.
You can really see the areas, the big broad areas of rotation better in the Billings radar. I don't know if there's like a difference in quality when it comes to the velocity scanners. I mean, we're also looking at this too from 24,000 feet from Billings, and it still has that much clearer data. It's much clearer data. Even though, yeah, Glassglow's radar is much closer. I'm just not seeing the definition on the velocities, really. I mean, you can definitely see where it's rotating in this area here.
Oh, I see why they only put a special
They still have it rated for 70-mile-an-hour winds. Quarter-size hail. You live 30 kilometers from the only EF or the F5 in Canada. Yeah, I seen that. We have somebody in Discord. She was listing all the tornadoes that happened in Canada. The top part of the storm's rated at 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail.
I know. It's almost like Badlands here.
Badlands. She's called it Badlands too. So what's the actual term for Badlands? Hold on, I gotta Google this.
I saw it on the
What are Badlands?
outside of a rest area. I don't know if it's this or
The Badlands are a type of dry terrain where the softer sedimentary rocks or clay-rich soils have been extremely eroded by wind and water. So Badlands is actually a real thing. I thought that was just like some fantasy thing from like World of Warcraft or something. Oh, wow.
I never even really heard of it. We were just in the area.
So Badlands is actually a real thing. Lots of nice rotation inside this thing still.
Alright, now we're getting back into the meat of it.
Driving back into the heat of it, she says.
So this storm is still going forth of 70 and 1.
There's really not much trees and stuff. You can't really see how bad the winds are. I know there was a storm down in Texas that was kind of like this. Man, it was crazy when he drove in the middle of it. You could see like the bushes and the trees going sideways. It's pretty much like 100-mile-an-hour winds for like 30 miles straight through the storm.
David says, I really like you and Bryce for chasing. You chase most often. Oh, thank you, David.
Yeah, this thing's still showing some really good velocities here.
Tammy, we have not set a wedding date yet. We have to apply for a, we're going to get married in Grand Teton.
We still have our strong velocity couplet here in a really large area.
A permit to do so. November.
Yeah, Badlands looks like a desert. That's what it looks like too. In that, because I remember in World of Warcraft, I played it like 20 years ago. They had an area called the Badlands, and it looked deserty, reddish, ugly, dry. I just thought people were making a reference to that game, but no, Badlands is an actual technical term.
We appreciate you watching us because we like to get out and play in the snow. Yep, we love to pull people out with our big truck. So that'll be
Oh.
lake effect season comes back along.
I think St. Louis is just messing with Nightbot. He's setting things up. Because we just started using Nightbot a couple streams ago, and we've been messing with it and changing stuff on it.
But the radars are so far away, so it may be upper level rotation, but I mean, we went through that.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go down to Kansas again while we're live. Let's check Kansas out. There's some really nasty storms down in Kansas right now.
That's switching. But the straight line.
Oh whoa, what's that? We got some rotation here. We got a little bit of a velocity couplet here by Marquette.
Whenever you can see it right in front of us, like you can
It's showing rotation from 6,000 feet up to 11,000 feet here.
I know. Yeah, it was like big open. Oh yeah, there's
The storm's just rated for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This whole thing, looks like the storms are kind of making it south of Interstate 70 now. Big old monster storms. We do got some flash flood warnings going on in this area too now.
towards Disney.
There's like no end in sight for rain out here in Kansas in these areas.
Thank you, Russell. And thank you, Kane, for the congrats. Penny, our service went out over that. And
Actually seeing a lot of rotation and stuff down here in Kansas too.
did have it recording, so we can get somewhere tonight.
Like multiple pockets of rotation in these storms here.
Maybe be able to post a video. No promises though, I'm really bad at that, but I'll try.
I feel like the storms always rotate in Kansas though. It's just like the normal thing.
I know I'm not the only one that's bad at it. I hear other full-time chasers, streamers saying that they're really bad at that.
Yeah, we still got like 63 up to 75 mile an hour wind reports. All these storms coming through towns here in Kansas. So like Lindsborg, Asaria, Gypsum, McPherson, Galva, you guys are all on deck.
Hello, Todd. Welcome. Mary. Thank you guys for 1.4K likes on
Road noise is just a little too loud. I had to turn it down a little bit. Check the power outages in Kansas, see if anything else has been getting crazier. So last we checked, there was 593 counties. That's what's crazy is there's actually counties without people even living in them in Kansas. Some of these states that are really sparse, like they don't have anybody living in some counties. So yeah, another 141 houses lost power in Cluster, 30 in Dawson County, and up to 383 in Prairie County from these storms. Come along I-70 with their 60, 70 mile an hour winds.
See, there were some funnels in Arizona. Monsoon season.
Paigey, she's still up here in this big monster storm up here in Montana. Basically watching this rotation, see if it decides to drop a tornado. I mean, we know it has. It's pretty much dropped a couple tornadoes now, but it's just completely rain wrapped, so she's not going to be able to get a good view on it. But she basically cut right through this thing, so she felt it. This rotation's looking pretty bright here, though. I mean, you could, anybody's new to any of this kind of stuff, basically here, these are the winds going one direction, and then these are the winds going the other direction. So that's how we see the rotation with the different colors here. We have a gauge right here on the side. So like our bright reds, that's like 50 miles an hour. Then our bright blues are like 50 miles an hour. So basically what we're seeing is this storm's rotating in this area about 100 miles an hour right now. But this is also at 16,000 feet. So just because it's rotating 100 miles an hour, 16,000 feet doesn't mean it is on the ground, right? But generally, yeah, I mean, we can tilt the radar too and kind of see different heights. So if I tilt the radar up here, this is at 20,000 feet. We still see, we still see our area of rotation. If I tilt it up even higher, this is at 25,000 feet. You can still see the rotation, but it doesn't look as well defined, right? It's gotten a little weaker at 25,000 feet. Sadly, we can't see anything below 20,000 feet because we're so far away from all the radar sites right now. Our best bet's Tornado Paigey right here. She is our best eyes on this storm right now. Unless they have like a Doppler on wheels out here. Man, I tell you what, this storm is still rotating very well. It's just been one nasty storm. And it continues to do damage. As you see, we have had, what little houses are out here have lost power today from this storm. I consider, Lori, that I would say tornado season is over. This is just like This is just the occasional severe weather days that we get here and there, right? We haven't had any big tornado days. This is very different from tornado season. Like, you know, we're like streaming every single day. We're having like at least 10 tornadoes a day. We're not, I don't think, hopefully we don't have any more days like that for a while, at least not till next tornado season, or maybe in the, like, you know, we have those couple days in the winter where it does seem to be pretty bad in like Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi area. Hopefully we don't have any of those, but you never know. I'm just watching it day by day now because I enjoy doing this, you know. And if we have days where we have bad weather, I'll go live. So I really, before I started streaming, I never really checked the SBC Outlook every single day. I only checked it during the tornado season. But I do feel like the tornado season did extend itself a bit this year. Oh, community manager, that's we added one to Discord for people that are over the age of 18, that just in case if somebody posts something adult related or something, they can get it removed real quick. My son wanted me to make that position so he can make sure he can keep it clean for eyes of all ages and stuff. So we added that into Discord. He said he's going to make you one when you turn 18 too. So you let us know when. I'm in Ohio. I'm near Cincinnati. Severe storm is mornings like outside of the area where it's rotating right now. And I wish you guys could have seen this earlier. Hold on, let me post a picture of it. I got it in Discord. Yeah, this is one of the storms in this is one in Montana earlier, about 30 minutes before I started streaming. I could look at this monster. Look at all the hail and look at this road. Like, this storm was an absolute monster, and it just completely fell apart. We had such an area, strong rotation, huge. It almost turned into one of those like hail wrapped tornadoes that I seen in South Dakota or Nebraska a couple weeks ago. I made a video of that. We literally had a tornado in Nebraska that was completely wrapped with hail. So neat. Actually, I got that. I made a video of it. Let's play the video. I'm going to pull that video up of that completely hail-wrapped tornado that we seen. That was so neat. I've never seen anything like that before. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. I think it was in Nebraska. You see where the hail's completely wrapped around the tornado? That was nuts. Yeah, that happened a couple weeks ago. I wonder if I'll ever see anything like that ever again. I think they all have. Like, they all got to have basements or some kind of storm shelter in Kansas because it's just so wild out there. think that's pretty much the normal, unless they live in some kind of camper or mobile home or something. I'm pretty sure all houses have some kind of storm shelter in there, those areas. Well, what's her name lives in oh, I haven't seen her yet today, but she lives south of forget the name of the town. Hold on. I don't know if it wasn't Lori. We have a lady that lives in the southern parts of Kansas or Oklahoma. Atoka, yeah, she lives in Atoka. I don't know if she has a storm shelter or not. I need to ask her next time she's in here. She always asks about Atoka. These storms are heavy and serious here in Kansas. Lots of rotation, lots of storming in Kansas today. Along south, it's all pretty much south of I-70 now. No, I haven't seen. I mean, we haven't streamed that much lately. Our streams have been pretty sparse. We haven't had that many streams lately, so I haven't seen him since I thought I don't know if I'm on tomorrow or not yet, Zach. We got to see what happens. Pivot Weather doesn't even update every day. Does anybody got the outlook for tomorrow? I wasn't gonna stream today, but Paigey was driving into a storm, so I figured we go live for that. There's literally nobody in the threat of these storms right now. I think the hardest part about these tornadic storms is finding a road to drive near them. Like, she's out there in the middle of nowhere, and she's like just trying to find a road that she can actually drive down because there's no houses or no nothing out here. Yeah, I pretty much just went live because we had a really neat looking tornadic storm, and Paigey drove right in the middle of it, and then she lost connection the whole time. Now we're just kind of hanging out. But last I checked, I don't think they have anything for tomorrow. They just have our tornado threat for today. They seem to update it every morning. So if there's anything happening tomorrow, we probably won't see it till tomorrow. But yeah, they don't have anything listed for tomorrow yet. Yesterday we had a 5% chance of tornadoes, and we had nothing. I fell asleep watching the radar last night waiting for something to happen. There's nothing to happen yesterday. It's definitely a pretty wild day down in Kansas, though. They're getting a lot of nasty storms here along I-70, and they got quite a few power outages down there in Kansas, too. Luckily, only at 594 people still. Yeah, and the storm's been causing some power outages up here in Montana as well. The big storm Paigey's chasing. Tell you what, man. They're really behind national weather in Montana. I mean, like the rotating part of the storm's not even inside the severe storm warning anymore. That's funny, man. I think they still do their warnings by mail or something. Like they have to mail in the tornado and thunderstorm warnings. And it takes like a week for them to arrive. So and next week we should have our warning inside the rotating area. This is actually going right on top of a town now near Ismay. So if anybody's in Ismay, you want to take cover, man. We got a big rotating monstrous supercell coming right over top of you. Let's pull that town up because we don't have any radar coverage on this. Well, we have radar coverage, but we're looking at this storm from 17,000 feet in the air. So we can't see what's down. So we don't know if there's a tornado on the ground or not, but we can clearly see that this storm is very well rotating at 17,000 feet. So if you're in Ismay, I would definitely take your shelter to be safe. You're probably going to see at least up to 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts from the storm if this thing's going directly on top of you. Let me pull up Ismay on Google Maps here. Hopefully there's no houses there. It's probably going to be like a historical marker or something again. Oh, there's a couple houses here. Looks like a bunch of farm silos. Yeah, this big monster storm's pulling right into this town. Hopefully there's no tornado on the ground. You do have a strong velocity coupling on it. Looks like a town of about 20 houses or so. Now, there's definitely more than 20 houses here. It's a pretty good sized town, especially for the middle of nowhere. Let me Google the population. Population Ismay, Montana. Population of Ismay, Montana has varied across different sources and time periods. According to the 2020 census, the population was 17. However, the other source indicated the population was 22 in 1993 and 32 in 2010 to 2014. So I guess we just don't really know how. We know there's at least like 20 houses there, right? Yeah, it does look strong, especially at 17,000 feet. I mean, this big old monster's pulling right into Ismay. Pagey's inside near it, too. Let's see where she's at. Let's make her big. Oh, hey, St. Louis. Thanks, buddy. She's pretty far north of it. I really appreciate that, St. Louis. Hey, I was going to ask, what does W mean? You know, whenever people donate, they're like W. How do you, what is, when you W people? They all type W. What does that mean? I tried to Google it earlier. I know I'm old. It means when. Everybody W St. Louis. There you go. How do you W the message like they do? But like right or Max Velocity's like, hey, everybody W it. Well, all I can type is W, but I don't know how to W the donation. That's what I see. Like they're doing it in Pagey's stream too. Like they're Wing the donation. Means when, yeah. I know. I've been seeing people do W. I knew it meant something positive. I just didn't know the exact meaning. Click reply W. Oh, it did it. Sweet. All right, guys, we're doing the normal stream things now. So you just like click on their name, then reply a W. I know one guy was complaining when that one guy donated like $50 the other day. He said I don't even say nothing or I don't appreciate it. It's like I do. The chat's so slow. I appreciated him like 5 minutes ago, so you can still see it. I don't know what language that is, Ebola. Man, we sure have a big, nasty rotation over top of Ismay right now. This storm just continues to maintain its strength. It's actually pretty crazy up in here, too, where, I mean, Pagey's way up north. She's not even in this area with strong rotation. There very well could be a tornado on the ground right here. We can't know. I mean, nobody's out there. We don't have any storm spotters out here, but we definitely see the rotation. Ebola pestis. That's his name. I'm not sure what land. Is that Brazilian, maybe? Kingdom City, Missouri. I just lost my national radar. Where did I put it? I'm trying to go to Missouri as soon as I figure out where I put my radar. Did I close it on accident? Tell you what though, this is Ismay, Montana, where this big rotation's heading right over top of right now. That's the town we've been watching. But I'm trying to find the National Weather website. I just had it. I'll just open a new one. Hold on a second here so we can go check out we can check out Missouri. Also, he's Canadian. So is he speaking in French? Is that French? I don't think there's no way this is going to make it to Canada. These storms are falling apart and changing so much. I don't think these are going to make it to Canada. I'm almost there. I'm getting to my main radar. Here it is. Okay. Nothing in Missouri yet. We do have these big monster storms in Kansas that might make it to Missouri later on, and they're doing some damage. These are heavy, heavy thunderstorms. We do have some power outages from these storms, and they I-70s right here. They've definitely moved pretty far south. It looks like they're moving southeast. So I don't even know. I mean, these might make it to Missouri. They might end up in Arkansas. Who knows where these storms are going to end up? But yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing where you're wondering about in Missouri. Who was that? Somebody talked about Missouri. You scroll up. Oh, Skylar Parker was asking about Missouri. We do have a radar site down there in Kansas right now looking at those storms. We can see what direction they're heading. So yeah, we have some big monster thunderstorms down here in Kansas. It looks like they're moving south. Yeah, they're kind of moving southeast. Actually, it looks like they're moving south now. Didn't even look like they're hardly moving east anymore. It looks like they're just moving south. So these probably won't even make it to Missouri or Arkansas. They just started going like directly south. Heading towards Oklahoma. That is so weird. Look at this. That is so weird. These storms are moving northeast and these are moving south. They're literally going to crash together. Talk about some weird summertime weather. I thought they speak French in Canada. I remember that one guy was cussing out in French or something when Trump was talking about the tariffs before he stopped being president. I forget his name. The one good-looking dude that just ended his presidency in Canada. That is absolutely nuts. That's not something you see every day. Literally, just storms that are literally heading direction and going to smash into each other. Kind of curious what's going to happen when they do smash together. There's actually some rotation in these storms here. Near Marquette. Just a small area of rotation there. I think it's where the lines are meeting up. All right, let's go back up to where Pagey is. Well, looks like this thing decided to not go through Ismay. Rotation's kind of getting weaker too. This little appendage is starting to form down here, though. What is this? I really wish there was a radar site that was closer to this storm, because we're just missing so much data. And there's just nothing. I mean, it's gonna take like 2 hours just for this thing to be able to be viewed by any other radar site. They just really need a radar site in this area. Well, I mean, they don't. I guess there's really no people out here, right? But it'd be nice if they put one in. I mean, I feel like this area needs one more than any other area, because there's just... It's not the fact that we don't, like, I mean, we just straight up, we don't have radar coverage out here. It's... You can't see anything under 20,000 feet in this area. I know we can see the storm, but... I mean, there could be a strong tornado on the ground, and we don't even know. I mean, Pagey literally drove into an area where there was a 120-mile-an-hour rotation at about 17,000 feet earlier. Probably wasn't the safest thing to do, but she made it out, thankfully. Yeah, this storm right here. Oh, you're talking about the one, which one are you talking about, Skylar? The one down in Canada, or the one in Kansas? It's not moving south, it's building up. I don't know. I think it kind of looks like it's moving south and building up at the same time, because like a lot of the winds were up here on top of I-70 a little bit ago. I think it's doing both. These storms are getting bigger, though, for sure. This is the second one on. Vertically integrated liquid. It's an interesting selection. So I'm guessing it's detecting how much rainfall there is. I guess a way to kind of see where flash floods come. Where's our velocities at? Echo top. I see reflectivity. I don't see the velocities on this radar. Oh, this is because I'm on composite. That's why. I gotta switch to the actual local radars. I never really use composites. I really haven't tried to use Weatherwise on PC. Again, they said they made it more friendly for, or they added support for Linux, maybe. I just noticed this program runs kind of laggy on PC. when I tried using it. Let me try it again. I'll open it back up. Pull up WeatherWise. Oh, every time I open up WeatherWise though on PC, it makes me have to uncheck everything. It drives me nuts. WeatherWise. But yeah, this storm's looking pretty weak at this point. I mean, at 17,000 feet, it looks weak now. I mean, there could still be rotation on the ground. I mean, we see a little bit of rotation. Pagey's pretty far up north in it, I believe. I don't know if she drove back down into the middle of it yet. Yeah, she's kind of driving back out down in the middle of it now. Pagey's like right here now. Yeah, my son I think uses Linux. Download for oh yes, they have it. Look, I can actually I don't have to use an emulator anymore. I can download it for Windows. They didn't have a download before. So I was emulating it on Android on my PC. So I'm gonna download it now. Woohoo! When you run WeatherWise in a internet window, it's just kind of it felt funky. It felt laggy, like it wasn't optimized properly. So I'm hoping the app that they made, like I say, I'm expecting to see great things from WeatherWise because I know Ryan Hall's putting a lot of money into it, right? So I'm hoping we see a lot better stuff out of WeatherWise in the future. That's why I've invested into it. That's why I'm paying the monthly fee because I believe in WeatherWise. I think they're going to make it great. That Pagey's freezing up. Yeah, she's freezing up. I'm not freezing up. It's just Pagey. She's getting back into the nasty part of the storm again, and she's starting to freeze up. No, Pagey, come back. Yeah, I mean, we still got a couplet right here. She's getting really close to it. She's really getting close to that little velocity couplet right there. Not much left of it at 20,000 feet. We can't even see it on the end rod anymore. The Pagey's really close to the area of rotation. What what is the height? So this is at 16,000 feet, 15,000 feet. Oh, we got another storm forming up back over there. Let me take the radar over there. Let's go look at that new storm. See if we got any rotation in that bad boy over there. I'm gonna pop all the way up here to Montana on this radar site. KBLX is the one we want to use. We got a new big severe thunderstorm up here by Harlowton. Yeah, look at this beast. This thing just came out of nowhere. Screaming across here. This is in the same area where we had that tornado earlier. Let's see where it's trying to spin something up down in there. We actually have a pretty good view on this one. We see this at 5,000 feet, and this is by Harlowton in Montana. Anybody just hopping in here, this is where we're basically watching for our chances of tornadoes in this area here in Montana. We have a 2% chance. Let me go to day 1 tornado here. So yeah, basically we have a 2% chance of tornadoes in this area today. Parts of North, South Dakota, and Montana. I haven't seen actually a single... Well, there's one storm in North, South Dakota now, but we haven't checked that one out in a minute. We'll see if it's doing anything. But this is a new one that's kind of formed up in the area here. Kind of take a close look at it. Yeah, this thing just kind of came out of nowhere. It's trying to go supercellular. Got a lot of hail. Keep an eye on this one here. I want to take a look at that storm too. Let me go back to our national weather one. So I know we had another storm that was in South Dakota, I believe. South Dakota. No, I don't think there's a tornado in Harlowton right now, but there was one earlier. It looked like we had one earlier, but they didn't warn it. I don't know why they're not tornado warning anything out here. This one, it just looks like a hailer right now. I mean, it's got a little bit of rotation, but nothing too wild. But it's in the area, right? Oh my gosh, it's Travis. It's Travis is back, guys. Not Travis. So yeah, we still have this one storm down here. It's kind of in the area. We didn't have any rotation on it earlier, though. We still got Tornado Pagey chasing down this rotation right here. How close she's in. She's pretty much right out in front of it. She's just north of it. She's right up here. You ain't gonna be able to see nothing though, I don't think. She could probably hop into the storm and feel the big nasty winds, but every time she drives into it, she loses connection. You have to call up Tornado Pagey, ask her if you can ride around in the back of the car. That could bring you along. No, Travis, he's a troublemaker. That's what he is. We had a real nice old lady, and he was really mean to her. And I have not seen her since. You got to be nice to other people, Travis. I don't know. I don't know why. Travis gets a little wild sometimes, that's all. Where are you from, Travis? Call me Mod God. He's the Mod God. I swear, man. It's just me. I attract the craziest people on the planet. I'm just that person. If I stream, they will come.
Thank you guys for getting us to 1.5K likes on
Show me your god bod abilities. Oh boy. I wish my son was here to see this.
and we are under 30 away from 20.3K. So thank you guys for that too.
Hey Charlotte, hey, it's good to see you. We're watching Tornado Pagey chase a storm out in the middle of nowhere. We can't see what's going on because it's so far away from any radar. Like, I don't think we'll ever see what's actually happening inside this storm because we're looking at it from 17,000 feet right now. But Tornado Pagey's like right here. She's inside this beast, kinda. She's a little north of where the rotation is. Yeah, we're just kind of missing the bottom half of the storm here. We can only see the top half. The storm's actually gotten a I want to say it's gotten a little smaller, but not really much smaller. Skylar's still, yeah, Skylar's still here. Skylar, you were talking about the storms down in Oklahoma, right? We got some storms down in Oklahoma that are getting even bigger. Skylar's pointing that out. Or not Oklahoma, Kansas. We got some big old monsters down here. And this is basically what we're watching right now, Charlotte. We just got a little 2% here in a huge, large area. But we only have like one storm in South Dakota. And it's not rotating at all. We're seeing more rotation down here in Kansas than we are in North South Dakota. And these storms are just getting huge. We got some big, nasty storms down here in Oklahoma. Some big boys. They lost quite a bit of power down here too in Oklahoma. Last we checked, we had quite a few power outages from these storms here. Lots of winds. Seen anywhere from 60, 75 mile an hour winds down through Kansas in these areas. Tornado threat is very low. I mean, I'm seeing lots of little pockets of rotation, but nothing wild looking, right? We don't see any big spinning supercells or anything like that down there. But let me pull up our power outages again. So I know this big storm that Pagey's chasing knocked out a lot of power in this one county. I mean, 900 households in that county, right? It's a really small area, but a lot of people did lose power from that. Looks like they're fixing power faster than these storms can take it out down there because it looked much worse. We had more houses that had lost power down here earlier, but it looks like they've been fixing it up real quick. Looks like they fixed all the houses that got knocked out down in Florida too. Yeah, we had like 5,000 houses lost power down here in Collier County. They're all fixed now. Quick recoveries right there. We had one of our power plants drop power in Greentop, Missouri yesterday. Oh, yikes. How many houses lost power from that? I bet that was a mess. Oh, wait, we're about to get his handstand in the rain. Here we go. We got to watch this full screen, baby. Bryce Shelton has to do a handstand in the rain, I guess. Why does Bryce... Push-ups? He did push-ups yesterday or last time we streamed. Make Pagey do the push-ups. Why does the Pagey have to do the push-ups? Why does Bryce have to do it? Oh, they're going down.
Appreciate you being here with us. Thank you to the moderators and to who donated, sent super chats. Ooh, look at that! Look at that wind.
Oh, your plant lost power for 12 hours. Ooh, that lightning.
Got a lightning bolt too. Nice. But yes, thank you guys much for being here. We will be back tomorrow with some fresh, clean laundry. And I'm gonna put this back up for a second so I can use my hands. And yes,
Storm's starting to spin a little bit here.
yes, it's
This one in South Dakota starting to rotate.
yeah, spicy dust.
Finally got some rotation in this one down here in South Dakota. It wasn't doing anything earlier. Definitely got some rotation in it now. Pagey's going offline. Well, I guess that's our hint that we shouldn't be chasing storms anymore. But the same goes as usual, right? Pretty much if we see anything wrap up and get crazy, we'll definitely come back online. But real quick again, let's go ahead and take a look at our SPC outlook here. This is where we have a chance for 2% chance of seeing tornadoes in this area. So if anything happens again tonight and we start getting some tornado warnings, I'll fire the stream right back up. And I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all stopping in, and I will see you guys next time. Travis is at the eye of the hurricane. Oh no. Hugs, guys.